In February of 1959, 9 experienced hikers did something that made no sense. In the middle of a frozen Soviet mountain range, they fled their tent barefoot, underdressed, and terrified. They didn't walk away. They ran. Within hours, every single one of them would be dead. Some bodies were found miles apart. Some were missing eyes. Others had bones crushed with unbelievable force, yet their skin showed no sign of a struggle. Even today, investigators, scientists, and historians cannot agree on what happened that night. This is not a story of inexperience. This is the story of something that forced trained hikers to choose death over staying inside their tent. This is the Dyatlov Pass Incident. The group consisted of 9 young men and women, all experienced hikers and students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in the Soviet Union. They were confident, disciplined, and well prepared for extreme winter conditions. Their goal was simple: complete a challenging winter trek across the northern Ural Mountains. They carried proper supplies, warm clothing, food, and navigation tools. Nothing about this expedition suggested disaster. On the night of February 1, 1959, the group set up camp on the slope of Kolet-Syakhl, a mountain ominously known by locals as Dead Mountain. It would be the last night they were ever seen alive. When the hikers failed to return on schedule, a search party was launched weeks later. What rescuers found shocked even seasoned investigators. The tent was still standing but slashed open from the inside. Personal belongings, boots, coats, food, and equipment were left behind. Footprints led away from the tent. Not orderly tracks. Not a calm retreat. Barefoot prints. Socked feet. Some staggered. Some ran. The tracks led straight into the freezing darkness of the forest. The first bodies were found beneath a tree, partially clothed, showing signs of severe exposure. More bodies were discovered further away, as if the group had scattered in panic. Months later, the remaining hikers were found buried under deep snow in a ravine. That's when the mystery deepened. Some had massive internal injuries, crushed chests, and fractured skulls, injuries compared to the force of a high-speed car crash. Yet there were no external wounds. No signs of a fight. One hiker was missing her tongue. Others were missing eyes. Investigators were left speechless. Soviet authorities concluded the case with a vague explanation: an unknown compelling force caused the hikers to flee the tent. The case was closed. Files were sealed. Families were given no real answers. And for decades, silence followed. Some believe an avalanche forced the hikers to escape, but evidence doesn't fully support it. Others suggest secret military testing, citing reports of glowing orange lights in the sky that night. There are theories of experimental weapons, infrasound-induced panic, or classified Soviet operations. And then there are the darker theories. Unknown creatures. Something watching from the forest. Something that terrified them enough to run into certain death. Every explanation answers one question and raises 10 more. More than 60 years later, Dyatlov Pass remains a place of fear and unanswered questions. The mountains have never explained what happened. The evidence refuses to settle into one truth. 9 skilled hikers made a decision that defied survival instinct. Whatever they encountered, they believed staying inside that tent was worse than freezing to death. And to this day, the mountains are silent. This is the vanishing truth.